by June, she made it happen. And I have to tell you guys, that is some serious work. I know that because, I know that, I'm striving to reach several stars, and I know the work that I put into it. So to hear, a colleague do that in 6 months, it's just, wow. I mean, I can't even think of any other word, but it's just amazing, and you really deserve another round of applause, guys. Jessica's going to share with us some inspiring words on her journey last year and how she made it all happen. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, Mickey. Good morning to everyone. And just want to ask a couple of questions to know a little bit about you guys. If you don't mind, just raise your hand. Who are parents here? How many parents we have? Okay, good. So, how many of you work as a full-time, like have a regular job? Good. How many of you commute more than 30 minutes from home? Okay, good. How many of you arrive at home after 7 o'clock? Enough. Good. So, I started as a coach at the end of 2009, just because I had a transformation, and like most of us as coaches, we kind of go through that decision like, oh my gosh, your coach is so expensive, so let's get the discount, right? So I got that done at the end of 2009. And then my coach is Monica Gray, and she's the one that goes in the Turbo Fire videos, and that's my coach. And one day she called me, and she was, explained to me how the business was, and if there's something that I recommend you to do, it's always make that phone call to those who you recruited, because you never know, how many things you can have in common, or you don't know how much your call could impact in their life. Have you heard about the power of declaration, affirmations, right? So there's something that we all should know. It's like sometimes the answers to our prayers are here. And you never know when that phone call, I'm getting chills right now, when that phone call can mean the confirmation that God had for that person that day. You never know. So for me, Monica called me one day, and she was explaining to me how the summit was and how I could just go and meet Tony Horton. And I was like, oh my God, I can go there and meet Tony Horton. I had no idea about this business opportunity whatsoever. The reason why I ask you about the commuting and parenting is because back in time, I was living your life. I am a mom of 3 kids. Back in time, I only had one daughter. She's here with me, Daniela. She's 13 years old now. But I'm an attorney as a career, and I worked many hours. There's a routine of stress that, honestly, that was just, that's not for me. And so back in time, I went there just because I wanted to meet Tony Horton, and the summit for me raised a big flag of what if I can use this to help others and also have a business, and maybe one day I can use this as my full-time job. So that was in 2010. But what happened? We got pregnant again for our 3rd baby, and it will happen. I mean, that's just how it's life, and sometimes you set up goals and you kind of, fall a little bit, and it happened. And there was that call. Who you think called me again? Monica Gray called me. Once I had my baby, she said, come on girl, we have to get you back in track. That's how she talks. We have to get you back in track, why not? It's like, you just don't know. When she called me, I was just crying. Like, why you're calling me when I'm not even thinking about Beachbody, but I'm just needing to get out of this routine. Back in time, my routine was very, very tough. I was just at home. Actually, I should tell you that my office was in Puerto Rico, and I had to commute 2,000 miles from Connecticut to Puerto Rico. When I did that, my husband had to take care of the kids. Of course, he worked in the city, commuting from Trumbull, Connecticut. Do you know how far that is? The commute in the train, he had to take the Metro North, and then the subway, and then get to his office, and then coming back. Basically, he left home at 6:30, and he came back at 8 o'clock. And that was me, working as an attorney, trying to go through motions and all those stressful phone calls from home, dealing with 2 little kids. You have no idea how that is. Maybe most of you know how that is, right? So I was just trying to find, how could I, and maybe you're just in that position, how could I just do something that can magically work, and maybe I one day can become that full-time coach and I don't have to deal with this anymore. And I just remember that I went in January 7, 2012 to exactly this event last year. And I remember that I took my husband and my mother-in-law, and they were announcing all these prices that we will see today. And I remember meeting some other coaches and like, wow, I mean, you know what? This is going to be my year. And it's just a little thing, and sometimes, you know, if you don't want to believe it, let me tell you, even when you don't believe it, the power of declaration, it works. So do yourself a favor and write down, when Mickey told you, honestly, write down your goals. And don't write them in the way that I want to, write them as I will. I am going to be an elite coach. And that day, I remember I did that. I am going to earn it. I am